We've been thinking happy birthday, boo. That's my best friend, Alexander Wims. Today is his birthday. He made his transition years ago. And I know he's been my guardian angel along with my two mothers in heaven and my nephew, Wes Jr. Yes. Okay. Let me share this with you that part of what I'm doing is I'm asking you to join me in passing out messages of hope. You can go to, it's called
hungrytospeak.com.
Yeah, hungrytospeak.com. Yes, for those of you that want to learn how to tell your story, would like to work with me, and like to learn how to create an experience with your story, how to develop your voice. That's very important. This is not my original voice. Your voice can be trained and developed. And so I've discovered how to do that. If you listen to my recordings years ago and now, it's a totally different voice. So I want you to go to hungrytospeak.com and leave your information there, and we'll circle back to you. Hungrytospeak.com. And as we look at now, where people are making resolutions, yesterday I talked about some things that you can do, and today I want to talk about something else, that you want to live like a warrior and die a legend. What do you mean by that? Well, one of the first qualities of a warrior is courage. You want to live your life from now on with courage. That most people take their talents, abilities, and skills to the grave with them because of lack of courage. And courage is not the lack of fear. Courage is the willingness to do what it is you need to do, what you are called to do, in spite of the fear. You don't want to live a fear-driven life because you're depriving yourself, your family, and the world that you came here to do something. That's why we're told constantly in the book of life, be of good courage. Because there's stuff that's going to happen that requires that you have courage, that you stand up inside yourself and face it and handle it. Most people in a fearful situation, they forget everything and run, but there are few that in a fearful situation, they face everything and rise with courage. And that's who you are. That's why you're listening to me now, because there's something you want to do. And when you're going outside of your comfort zone, it takes courage. Most people, the majority of people, die within their comfort zone. They're not risk takers. They go through life trying to play it safe. Let me share something with you. There's no safe position in life. If we don't know anything else, if we have not learned anything else from the coronavirus, there's no safe position in life. You can't get out of life alive. You got to die to leave here. And so this is a time that you want to live your life full and do the things that you think about. Sure, you want to keep social distancing from people and from particularly toxic, negative, energy draining people. You want to keep social distance from them. Why? Because people rub off on you. But you're here to do the greater work. You're here to do something. You've got to live life like you mean it. When I decided to speak, I went at it hard because I didn't want to be just a speaker. I wanted to be a speaker that stood out, that made a national and global impact. And you can do that too. That's why you're listening to me. You have some talent, you have some knowledge, you have some experiences, you've seen some stuff. And there's some things in you don't want to take to your grave with you. So when you live like a warrior, you live courageously, you're fearless. Here's something else. When you live like a warrior, you honor your commitment. Commitment is major. See, when you decide that you're going to do something, when you commit yourself to live a life that's different than the life that you lived in 2020. You hold yourself to a higher standard. You're seeking something. You're pushing the envelope. You are challenging yourself. You are willing to walk by faith and not by sight. And you know, as a warrior, that there's a dramatic difference between being a warrior and being a worrier. Anybody can worry, and a lot of people are worried right now. Oh, the new virus coming, and it's even more lethal and spreads easier. Okay, got that. All right. And you got to eat. You got to pay the rent. You got to pay the mortgage. You got to pay the car note. I learned a long time ago the best way to get back on your feet is to miss 3 car payments. Come on. Yeah. But you don't want to be reckless. You don't want to die for a job. No. If somebody asks you, hey, sign here. In the event you get sick, you go on sewers. Do I look like Mr. Kadumbo? No. Create something else. Life is saying no. Don't put your life on the line saying, oh, I got to eat. I can either starve to death or I sign this and risk dying and leaving my family so they can starve without me. No. You can create something else. You have other options. Don't be limited in your thinking. I did that for years. Because I knew radio. I did it extremely well. And when I was fired, I was dumbfounded. What am I going to do now? Guess what? Learn something new. That's what. If you're willing to learn. See, most people aren't willing to learn. That's why I say, well, if I don't sign this agreement, my family will die. They'll just starve to death. Are you kidding me? Come on now. No. Don't sign anything that says that if you get sick, they're not liable, because they know that there's a high risk that you might get sick and they want you to be on your own. If you don't learn anything else, remember the name Herman Cain, who was sitting on the front row at a rally, proud, no mask. We got back to Atlanta. We had to go to the hospital. He said, no big deal. And now he's out of here 5 days later. They don't even mention his name. You talk about proud and involved on radio every day promoting the right. They don't mention his name as if he did not exist. Come on. This life is challenging us. In life, when you don't have enough courage or insight, intelligence, expanded vision, that you have outgrown a situation and it's time to move on, life moves on you. I'd outgrown radio. And now I can come on anytime I want and you can see me too. So you got to put your foot down. You got to get an attitude. Because, see, we're all basically the same. The only thing that separates us are our habits. I wanted something different for myself. I wanted something different for my mother. I did not want my mother working once I turned 18. So I made a commitment that I was going to generate enough money with my voice, with my story, in radio and then in speaking to take care of my mother. You've got some talent. You've got something in you. There's a reason that God chose you out of 400 million sperm. You think you're just here to work on a job, pay the bills, keep a roof over your head, a car note, and then die? Come on. Give me a break. No. You're here to do the greater work. You know it's true. You can deny it if you want to. I don't know how low your consciousness is. I know some people, no matter what I say, they're not going to hear me. The state of consciousness they're in, this message is not for everybody. That's why Jesus said, he who has ear, let him hear. Let her hear. And the people that can hear me, if you can hear me in your heart, not in your ear, I'm not challenging you and your hearing aid. No, I'm saying what's in your heart. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. When you live like a warrior, you are vigilant, you are courageous, you take initiative, you're ambitious, you have an expanded vision of yourself. You're going to take some chances on you. You're going to bet on you. You don't settle for any and everything when you're a warrior. And you got to be in fight mode. You got to be ready to fight. Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. I'm talking to you right now. I have some challenging pain in my body. But I had to fight to rise above that to come in here and talk to you now. I'm not going to let that stop me. Oh. I'm supposed to speak. I'm supposed to motivate and inspire people at a time that we need it now more than ever in the history of this country since we've been alive. And so, courage. Work on it. Raise the bar on yourself. Challenge yourself. Decide you're not going to be the same person in 2021 that you were in 2020. And the other thing is, and this is major, consistency. When I decided to be a speaker, I disciplined myself to memorize a minimum of 3 to 5 quotes every day. I didn't have any speaking engagements. The phone was not ringing to, hey, we'd like to book Les Brown. I was preparing myself. I want you as we, in this second day of 2021, just expect things to be great for you. Expect them to be great because you're going to show up differently. You're going to be consistent. You're going to do the things that you need to do that other people won't do. You want to be a perpetual optimist. Let's get it on. Life, you caught me by surprise in 2020, but that ain't going to happen in 2021. All the euphoria is gone. You've shown yourself. Oh, no. I'm not going to get caught up in the hoopla. No. This is a fight. You've taken something from me. We've been stripped. We've been stripped of personal touch. We've been stripped of spending personal, intimate time with loved ones and family members and friends. We've been stripped of gathering together. We've been stripped of a sense of assurance and faith. You've stripped us. No. And so when we look at this, we have to embrace the newness of this life. Reason I cut my hair. I want to remind myself, when I look in the mirror, this is not the Les Brown that was in 2020. No. This is the one that's going to fight like a warrior and die a legend. I want you to have the mindset that you're going to make a greater impact. I want you to have the mindset that you're going to bring your family together. I want you to have the mindset that you're going to work on yourself. I want you to have the mindset that you're going to improve your health. I want you to have the mindset that you're going to create wealth. I want you to have the mindset that you're going to live an expanded vision of yourself, and you're going to go all in. All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. But make sure you do all you can do. A.L. Williams, come on now. Got to get fired up as you do at a football game or a basketball game or you start doing a little dance in church when they start strumming the organ. Yeah, no. You want to be fired up thinking and being creative. That's how you want to get your shout on, and creating more wealth to protect yourself and to insulate yourself from the ugliness and from the poverty and from the pain that so many people are expressing. This is your time. And it can only be your time when you are willing, as you look in the mirror, when you get up in the morning, Lord, whatever I face today, together, you and I can handle it. All things work together for good, for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. When you get up in the morning and you decide to live a courageous life every day, get up in the morning and you decide to make a commitment to live your greatest life. Get up in the morning in a spirit of gratitude and say, Lord, thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for dragging me into 2021. Thank you for protecting me and those I love. Thank you for the courage to go on, keep it moving, for those that did not make it, for my family members and friends that did not survive. I will live a life that will fill in the blanks for them, because I'm here because of your grace and mercy. I don't take it for granted that I'm still here. And as Orrin Hudson would say, the best day of my life. We're here. We're not taking a dirt nap. We're here. There's some people, no big deal. It's a big deal. We're here. Don't look past this. This life is to be lived. Life is for living, for being happy, for being productive. Herein my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit. Much fruit. Not a life of being average or being mediocre. Much fruit. You've been chosen. Are you feeling me here? You've been chosen. You have been chosen for the greater work. It's time to step it up. People who operate in darkness, they are relentless. They never stop. They don't take no breaks. They're always doing something. You get up in the morning looking at your phone and say, what happened now? Look at the news and say, oh my goodness, what's next? People who are spreading confusion and darkness and hate, they make it their full-time job to do that. And we have to make it our full-time job to fight back. We have to make it our full-time job. If they run over here, they will limp back. We have to make it our full-time job to fight for a future for our children, to live a life that will outlive us. But sometimes you got to be like Jesus was when he went in there and the disciples were drinking and playing bid whist. What? Y'all about to make me cuss up and get out of here. Come on. Oh, yeah. And so many people, it's easy to get relaxed. Once after all the celebration, it's easy to get relaxed. No, there's work to do. See, you've experienced some setbacks. In order, see, when a car's driving, if the back wheels go the same rate as the front wheels, it will never catch up. So in order to catch up with the front wheels, you got to speed up. You can't be average. You got to put the foot to the floor. That's where we are. See, when you have lost your job, I don't know if you've experienced it, but I have. When you get 2 or 3 months behind on your bills, it takes more than 2 or 3 months to catch up. You're looking at somebody, I used to be so broke, I'd walk past the bank and trip the alarm. Oh, behave. Yeah. Yeah, you want to live like a warrior. When a warrior, you in fight mode. You are willing to do whatever it takes for you to discipline yourself, to dedicate yourself, to take the initiative, to embrace the newness of your life. You're God's instrument. When you embrace the newness of your life, new habits, new choices, new behavior, new friends, you set yourself up for miracles. Miracles are things that God does for you, through you, as you, and you know it's not you. And the only thing you can say when those miracles show up, look at God. Come on now. Come on. Yes. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. This is your time. This is your time. And it requires courage. It requires commitment. It requires collaboration with like-minded people, people going in the direction where you are, people who have goals and dreams, people that are positive and motivated and purposeful, have a sense of purpose, people that is a result of your relationship, that it's profitable for both of you, it's win-win. People that you can get together and create something new. I was on what they call that thing called Clubhouse, and I'm creating some new partnerships and meeting some new people on this new platform. Just because I'm 75, you're not going to lead me out. No, I'm not going to be home watching old football games or fights on Netflix. Who's got time to look at television? Viewership should be lower than it's ever been before, because people should be learning things, but don't worry about them. No, don't. That's none of your business. You don't be, oh, you need to be learning stuff. Shut up. It's none of your business what people do with their lives. And don't listen to them when they tell you, oh, you're just wasting your time. Then you take on their lifestyle. And then you begin to live the life that they're living. And if that works for you, then do it. No. This road that I'm talking about, the road to life, is straight and narrow. In other words, it's lonely. Everybody won't take that road. It's challenging. Everybody won't take that road. It requires discipline. Everybody won't take that road. It requires perseverance. Everybody won't take that road. It's a mindset. It's not over until I win. You're willing to pay the price. I want you to go to Les Brown, Hungry to Speak. Go to Les Brown, Hungry to Speak. Some of you can hear me. You got a story in you. And you want to get it out. Like I did. I remember calling Mike Williams, said, Mike, I'm not rejecting myself anymore. Brownie, take it easy. No, I'm not going to take it easy. I'm not rejecting myself anymore. I've been rejecting myself for 14 years, telling myself, I don't have a college education. I can't compete with people with PhDs and MBAs. I've never worked for a major corporation. I'm not rejecting myself anymore. No. I'm ready. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. He said, okay, Brownie, I'm glad. You finally came around. I am too, Mike. Thank you for believing me. I am too, Mike. I feel blessed because had I not heard your voice, I would have perhaps died with this Les Brown in me. Thank you, Mike. I know I was born to speak, man. I just use all kind of excuses to stop myself. The Fort Dear Brutus is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. This coronavirus, you don't have time to be an underling. This coronavirus, this is the time you call up the giant in you, the David in you. This coronavirus, it brings out the best in you, the fight in you. This coronavirus brings out another part of yourself that you haven't seen yet as you're beginning to pick up the pieces and start all over again from scratch, from nothing. It ain't playing. And you ain't playing either. And I'm not playing. Live like a warrior. Die a legend. Warriors fight the good fight. Warriors create good trouble. Thank you, John Lewis. Warriors always remind us, we're better than this. Thank you, Elijah Cummins. I want you to go to hungrytospeak.com. hungrytospeak.com. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.